recently got your MBE. We'll go into the detail on that, but actually, because I'm mega impressed. I think it's so cool. Do you mind if we actually start with that? Just because I love it. I love the whole story, and I'll just kind of set things up.
Do that
Oh wow!
with that. So that is it. Go on, ask away, Steve. You tell me what you want to know.
What's the crack? What's the story? Like how did it? What happened?
Honestly, I think she gave it the wrong person. I reckon there was another Mike Hind out there who deserved it. On a serious note, I honestly don't know. I was driving down the A19 and I was on my way to Costco, believe it or not. And Ashley, my PA who works for me, was sat beside me, and she had an email come through. It pinged on my phone and it pinged on hers. And she went all white. I said, "What's going on?" She went, "You're not going to believe it." I said, "What am I not going to believe?" She went, "You need to pull over. You need to pull over." So I pulled over and she was shaking. She said, "You've been nominated for an MBE." So I said, "Ashley, to wind up. We get a lot of online hate." And I said, "It's somebody winding us up. Just completely ignore it." I said, "No, I don't think it is." And effectively, it was an email saying that the Prime Minister had recommended the Queen name me in the birthday honours list. And I then either decide whether I accept it or decline it. And we just start responding with an email saying, if this is real, then it'll be amazing. If it's not, then it's 1-0 to you.
So what's it for? Oh yeah, by the way, it would have been a killer wind-up, by the way.
Oh, could you imagine that? But you sworn to secrecy, so you can't tell anybody. So it's not easy. I couldn't even tell my mum, my dad, any of my staff. It was the utmost secrecy. It's for my services to the people of Teesside, which it was awarded to me for. But I know it's my name on it, and I know it's me with the initials after my name. And I say this time after time, Steve, but I didn't get there alone, and it's simply not for me. During COVID, an unprecedented time where families were struggling, businesses were hit hard, and people who necessarily weren't ever in financial difficulty will find themselves who just. I'll tell you a story as we go along, but it was almost like people were just struggling who had never been used to struggling. And people come together, businesses come together, people who could offer time, people who could offer money, people who could offer food, all sorts of things together. And I just had a big enough social following to pull all pieces together and use my social media to be that. And that's the only part where I played time and following and investment in money. But a lot more people donated a lot more than me.
It is very cool, I've got to admit. But I think what was quite funny, just I guess from everyone, is that when COVID hit everyone, it was new to everyone. Like there was no rule book about how we all deal with it and stuff. And I think that's always almost a funny thing that I know, a lot of the people in our kind of Northeast community, that like a lot of people are working class, that people just stick together. And it's one of the things that I won't ask you about garden parties, but one of the things that always gets me is that how people from every background, especially the poorer backgrounds, often stick to the rules more than other people, but they're always the ones that are worst hit. And often it does take someone, often entrepreneurial people, who actually put their, go out of the way to make the effort to do stuff to help people, because actually, but it's so cool. So it's something I wanted to start on. It's just, I love it. I love everything about it. So it's cool.